At Darlington, Denny Hamlin grabbed the win, but it's his surprising support for Kyle Larson and a big statement about NASCAR's new rules that's got everyone buzzing in the wild world of NASCAR, where every race can turn into a soap opera. On April 6, 2025, Darlington Raceway gave us a show. Denny Hamlin crossed the finish line first, but the real story: he's sticking up for his rival Kyle Larson and saying NASCAR's new repair rules are shaking things up. For better or worse, this isn't just about a trophy, it's about teamwork, a little luck, and a rule that's got people talking. So, what went down, and why's Hamlin making waves? Let's jump in. Imagine this: the Goodyear 400 kicks off at Darlington, a track famous for being tough. Just 4 laps in, Kyle Larson's number. 5 cars spins out of turn 2 and smacks the wall hard. It's a mess, too banged up to even crawl back to the pits. A few years ago, that'd be it. Race over. But NASCAR's new rule says if you can get to the garage, you can fix it, no rush. Larson's team spends 2 whole hours patching it up and gets him back out there. 160 laps behind, but still rolling. Up front, it's a different story. William Byron led most of the race, looking unstoppable. Then, with 4 laps left, Larson, way back in the pack, spins again, this time tangling with Bubba Wallace. Yellow flag waves. Hamlin's pit crew swaps tires in a lightning-fast 8.3 seconds, and he takes the lead. Overtime hits, and boom! Hamlin beats Ryan Blaney to the finish. The crowd goes wild, but so does the chatter about that rule.
Nice crowd on hand. Hot day in the Carolinas, and here they come. William Byron, Priest, Chevy, and Ford.
Okay, so what's this rule? NASCAR changed things up. Before, if your car got wrecked, you had 7 minutes on pit road to fix it, or you were done. Now, if you make it to the garage, you've got all the time you need. The trick? Once you're back racing, you've got to keep up a decent speed, or they'll yank you off the track. The idea is simple: keep more cars in the race and give teams a shot to fight back. For Larson's team, it was a chance to turn a bad day into something useful. His crew chief, Cliff Daniels, kept him in the car while they fixed it, using the time to practice pit stops and test stuff for later races. But that late spin, it flipped everything. Hamlin even laughed about it after, saying, "Big thanks to my pit crew and Kyle Larson for the help." That yellow flag gave him the win.
Giving us time to get down, run down, the 45. A lot of those guys that short pitted. So it's a great call and great car. I mean, great Dutch boy, Menards, Ford Mustang.
A few days later, Hamlin's on his podcast, Actions Detrimental, chatting with Jared Allen. Jared asks if the rule helped him win. Hamlin doesn't blink. "Yeah, it did, and it's gonna happen again." Pause for emphasis. Whoa, that's a bold call. He's saying this rule's here to stay and will keep changing races. Then he gives props to Larson's team. They didn't quit. They got back out there, tested their car, and grabbed info for the Southern 500. That's smart racing. This isn't just talk. Hamlin and Larson have bumped fenders before. Think close calls at Pocono or Kansas. But now, Hamlin's got his rivals back. Makes you wonder, are we seeing a new side of this rivalry?
Yeah, it should be yellow line. Yeah, it should be the yellow line. So I would say at Darlington, maybe it's 3/10 of time.
Kyle Busch's frustration at the 2025 Daytona 500 stemmed from NASCAR's damaged vehicle policy, DVP, which led to his disqualification after his car was wrecked in a crash involving Joey Logano and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Busch's team repaired the vehicle in the garage and attempted to return to the race. However, NASCAR ruled that he failed to meet the minimum speed required under green flag conditions, which violated the DVP rule. Consequently, Busch was parked and unable to continue racing. Busch criticized NASCAR officials, claiming they did not understand their own rules. He pointed out inconsistencies, such as being allowed 3 attempts to meet minimum speed, but being disqualified before the race went back to green. He expressed his frustration on social media, saying, "Parked by at NASCAR officials. Rule says you have 3 attempts to make minimum speed. The race never went back green yet. I don't even think they know their own rules or procedures. NASCAR later clarified that teams can only leave the garage once to attempt reaching minimum speed. If they fail, they cannot return for repairs under caution unless it's for refueling. This clarification highlighted a misunderstanding by Busch's team regarding the rule, which contributed to the incident. NASCAR's not budging, though. One of their bigwigs, Elton Sawyer, said, "We want cars racing, not parked. It's better for the fans. Numbers show more wrecked cars are getting back out there this year, up 20% from last season." Still, Larson's spin messing with the finish has some folks grumbling. Is this fair or just luck?
So people ask me all the time, they're like, well, why don't you take these kids under your wing and like teach them and tell them? I'm like, we are in a completely different era now. Like, there is no fixing what we've got going right now with everybody running over everybody.
Let's zoom in on Hamlin and Larson. These guys have history, racing hard, sometimes too hard. But at Darlington, something shifted. Hamlin could have just celebrated his win and moved on. Instead, he's praising Larson's crew. They worked their tails off, and that's what racing's all about. It's a cool moment. Two tough competitors showing respect. Hamlin's chasing a championship at 44. Larson's got one and wants more at 32. Darlington tied their stories together. Could this be the start of a truce or just a one-off? Either way, it's got fans buzzing.
Turn 3. Larson dives down into 3. Trying to keep that 11 car low on the track. A little contact right there with the right front's flat on the 11.
So what's this mean for NASCAR? Hamlin's call, it's going to happen again. Feels like a warning. Imagine a playoff race. A banged-up car comes back, spins, and flips the whole thing. Crazy, right? Some fans love the drama. Others think it's unfair. Larson's sitting pretty in second place in the standings, and Hamlin's climbing after Darlington. They'll face off next at Bristol on April 13th. If Larson's team uses what they learned, watch out. NASCAR might tweak the rule if things get too wild, but for now, it's full speed ahead. Darlington wasn't just a race, it lit a fuse. Hamlin's win, Larson's fight, and this new rule have NASCAR at a turning point. Hamlin says it's going to keep shaking things up. Agree or not, that's a big deal. This story's not over. It's just revving up. What do you think? Does this rule make racing better or just messier? Hit the comments and stick around. NASCAR's next curve is coming fast.